Today we're going to be making some of my favorite breakfast dish. I'm not a big breakfast eater, but I do love eggs Benedict. And it's one of our favorite breakfasts that we eat when we go out as a family. So I'm going to be making it for them. What we're going to do is we're going to first work on the hollandaise sauce because that one actually takes the longest. So I've made hollandaise sauce in one of my videos before, but I'm going to do it again. We're going to start off with 4 egg yolks. So I have some other eggs on the side for the actual poached side, but this is just for the hollandaise. What I like to do is separate my yolks in one bowl so that it doesn't get mixed up. Just like that. We're going to do 4 of these. One last one. Okay, we're gonna set the egg whites aside. My dad likes to make breakfast out of those, so we're gonna be only using the egg yolks. Off a clear bowl, what I'm using is a glass bowl that is the size of a saucepan because you are going to be using it as a double boiler. So you want to make sure that it's bigger than the actual saucepan. And you just want to mix it vigorously so that everything breaks down. We're going to be adding juice of a lemon. Not too much, just a little bit for flavoring. So the thing about hollandaise sauce is you're gonna want to keep mixing. If you remember my old video, I keep telling you is to keep mixing vigorously. You want to not let it sit, otherwise the sauce doesn't thicken up. So I already cut a half a lemon and you're just gonna squeeze just a little bit into it. Despite how I feel about lemons, you don't want your hollandaise sauce to taste too lemony. So just keep mixing until your sauce thickens and gets a little bit more foamy. So while I'm mixing my egg yolks, I do want to remind you, you want to simmer just a little bit of water in a saucepan, not too much, because you want to place this over the saucepan and you want to use it as a double boiler. You don't want the water to touch the bottom of the glass, otherwise you're going to have yourself some scrambled eggs, which is not what we want. But you also want to make sure that your water is just simmering and not boiling. So make sure you keep an eye on it. As you can see, I started simmering my water and I only put a little bit so that it doesn't touch the bottom of my bowl because like I said, you don't want to have cooked eggs. So again, remember, this is a dish that needs patience, so you just want to keep mixing vigorously. And while you're mixing, you want to melt a cup of butter so we can slowly drizzle into the egg. I've been mixing my eggs like crazy, making sure they're not getting scrambled. So, and I've also melted a cup of butter, and you just want to very slowly add a little bit at a time, not too much because the butter is warm, You don't want to cook your eggs real fast, because as much as we like scrambled eggs, that's not the dish we're looking for. We're looking for hollandaise sauce to put over some yummy poached eggs. In my last video, my cousin actually messaged me and she was telling me, she's like, I get you think it's easy, but most people don't find hollandaise sauce to be an easy thing to make. But you know what? I have faith in you guys. I think you guys can do it. Just gotta keep mixing, not letting it sit. Drizzling a little bit more. You just want the sauce to thicken. It is gonna double in size, but it's gonna have like a nice, thick, but gooey texture. Okay, adding a little bit more. This dish does require a lot of patience, hollandaise sauce to be exact, because you just literally have to keep this mixing. You do gain arm muscle, so what I would recommend is for you to switch up the hands so that you have equal distribution in muscles. But overall, it's a really yummy thing to make as long as you have the patience for it. It's not hard. I get that a lot of people think it's hard, but it's really not. The sauce is thickening up, as you can see, and I'm not even halfway through the butter yet. We still have a little bit more than halfway left to add more butter, but it's coming along great. This is gonna be a great treat for everyone. I'm gonna wake up to this. See that I'm still mixing. I've been mixing non-stop, and my sauce is thickening up so good, and I'm actually at the very last drop of the butter, melted butter. You want to make sure to use the whole cup, because this sauce, the great thing about it and why it's so yummy and so popular is because it's egg and butter. That's pretty much it. Keep mixing. So I wanted to say something, so in case this does happen. If you see that your hollandaise sauce is thickening up, or not thickening, but there's clumps in it, meaning that you're kind of getting scrambled eggs, all you do is just lift it off heat and just mix it for like a few, mixes without heat, so that it so it doesn't cook per se. That's it. You don't need to freak out and think that your hollandaise sauce is completely destroyed. And the thing about hollandaise sauce is it does take practice. You're not gonna get it perfect the first time around, but the more you do it, the better you're gonna be at it. All you do again is just lift it off the heat, keep mixing, let it cool down for a second, and then you can put it back on the stove. Okay, this sauce is done, but that does not mean you are done mixing. You're gonna get some arm muscles with this, just this sauce alone. Now we're gonna add a little pinch of cayenne and a pinch of paprika, because I like cayenne and paprika together, and a little bit of garlic salt, just a little, not too much. Okay, I just want to show you how deliciously thick this is. This is just egg and butter, egg yolk and butter. So as you're mixing, just a pinch of cayenne, just for some flavor. Maybe just a little bit more because I'm cooking for 5. And then what I like to do is, If I'm doing cayenne, I always mix paprika in. And a pinch of salt. I like my food to be flavored with garlic because we are quarantined and I don't get that opportunity all the time. And here we have it, our hollandaise sauce. Poached eggs. So what I like to do is I actually simmered my water already. I've already heated it up, but I am gonna heat it up. I turned it off so I can kind of show you what I do on the side. Just gonna add that. And it's barely simmering because that's how I want it. I like to use a separate bowl for each egg, and I like to cook them separately. So I brought out 2 bowls just to save time. So I'm gonna just do 1 egg at a time. And I'll bring this here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a whirlpool. You wanna just kind of have it mix really well. And as it's mixing, you're gonna throw in the egg right into the center of the little whirlpool. Just like that. I'm gonna let it mix really well. My poached egg is all ready. I let it cook for 4 minutes. Oh, it came out so perfect. Just like that. And I put it over a paper towel just so that the excess water will drain. First egg, we're gonna make it a good one. Do a good whirlpool. Just right in the middle. I'm gonna just dump that in right in the middle. And don't do anything. Just let it do its thing for 4 minutes, all by itself. See how it's forming so well? Just let it go. There we have it, our very last eggs, or poached egg, and we're gonna add that to the plate. And we're gonna now do the bacon. We're gonna fry our bacon. I've already began heating up my skillet. You just wanna add a little bit of oil, not too much. Actually a little bit more because I'm gonna be doing 6 slices, okay? I'm using vegetable oil and I'm gonna be actually using Canadian bacon. It is uncured. And you're just gonna cook these on medium to low heat just for a couple minutes. And now we're just gonna add the bacon. Hear the sizzle. Yum. And you wanna just cook these up for a minute or 2 on each. Started cooking these on one side. I'm just gonna flip these over. They're smelling phenomenal. I like them to have a nice golden brown color. As you can see, I'm struggling because left-handers problem. Can't wait to put everything together. And our bacon is all ready. Now it's time to assemble. My bacon was cooking. I was actually toasting my English muffins. You just want to cut them in half and toast every side, and then we're going to start stacking everything up together. Okay, my English muffin toasted. I'm going to add the Canadian bacon right on top. My perfectly poached egg. Some hollandaise sauce. Actually, a lot of hollandaise sauce. And I'm gonna just sprinkle a little bit of chives. Right on top. There we have it. Bon appetit.